Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I want everyone that is listening to us to understand that we need to now have a moment of silence for the internet that is, as we speak, being dismantled, being killed. The next 30 minutes, I am going to cover exactly what is happening to the internet, what is developing, what is unfolding. I'm going to put up on the screen for you a live image of a top story today on prisonplanet.com. That is the 11th day of June 2008. Up on screen in a moment, you will see the article, Secret Plan to Kill the Internet by 2012 Leaked, with a question mark. Some question a report that pay-per-view system to be introduced is a hoax, but wider march to regulate the web is documented. I want to show you another article out of iPower, where Bell Canada and Tel US, formerly owned by Verizon, are admitting that they are planning to go to this system. I want to go ahead and show you that article on screen now. Now, if you go to the story, Secret Plan to Kill the Internet by 2012 Leaked, up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com right now, you will notice that as you scroll through the article, there are more than 40 links. Now, these are links to Internet 2's own corporate meetings, their own conferences, going back as early as the year 2000. These are congressional reports. These are press releases put out by Comcast, put out by Verizon, put out by many others. You will also see a video on the screen. There are hundreds of versions of this all over the web, some with 600,000 views, some with 800,000 views, some with 300,000 views. There are millions and millions of views of the video that you see on your screen if you're a PrisonPlanet.tv viewer. If you're a radio listener, you can go to PrisonPlanet.com and watch the video. When we get back from break first, after this quick break, I want to play a few minutes of this as they talk about rumor, they talk about inside sources, and this video and others have taken the web by storm. I want to first go through the poor blind public just beginning to grasp that this is really happening. And then I want to walk through not the rumor, and I'm not criticizing this group, I commend them, but not the rumor, but the facts. We have the facts. 2.5 years ago, Paul Watson wrote a story called MySpace is a Trojan Horse for Internet 2. That story was quoted heavily in several U.S. newspapers, including the San Francisco Chronicle. And I commend the Chronicle. Their IT writer actually went and looked up our facts and was stunned that we were right. You can Google stories because Internet 2, the private consortium hooked in with the UN and ICANN, always announces. They met in Austin a few years ago. They met in London. They met in Chicago. They met in New York. They met in Tokyo. They always announce at the beginning of the conference, quote, the Internet is dead. And to simplify it, there's a bunch of different things they're going to do to shut the old web down over the next few years and force you onto a regulated, controlled, paid, not just paid subscription, but also taxed Internet where they control where you can go, not just through ending net neutrality, but through a lot of other systems that they're going to be using, including physically shutting down the backbone of the web, shutting down the old switchers and routers and corridors for what you know of as the web today, also allowing the old system to deteriorate before it is finally switched off. They say they're going to call that a collapse or shutdown, but they're orchestrating this. This is like putting toll roads on an existing road. It's just on the internet. We'll be right back and give you the absolute facts, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
All right, I'm going to put it back up on screen, the article at prisonplanet.com. It's also over at Infowars.com. Secret Plan to Kill the Internet by 2012. Let me first play the video, one of the videos responsible for a resurgence of people being concerned about this. Now, I'm glad they're doing this, but it's also very frustrating to me to know without a doubt, to have the stated facts by the telecoms, by the United Nations, by ICANN, based here in the U.S., that they are going to do this, by the universities, by hundreds of corporations. This has been the stated plan. I learned about the full extent of this in about 2001. I had seen rumors of it before that. But in one article that Paul Watson did, it goes through all of it, every single bit of it. I mean, this whole thing is hyperlinks to mainstream news, giving you a piece here, a piece there. But if you go to Internet 2 itself, and you go to their website and to the other industry groups that are pushing all this, you can find out the exact facts. So let me just play here on screen for you a few minutes of this piece, and then we'll analyze the rumor versus the facts. Because they're saying, oh, industry people are telling us about a rumor. Meanwhile, there's hundreds of mainstream articles admitting, quote, the rumor. It's kind of like I talk about FEMA camps. People still say it's a rumor when it's been in the Houston Chronicle, Chicago papers. It's been in the San Francisco Chronicle that they've built these FEMA camps run by Halliburton and all this. It's kind of like I hear everybody on air saying, why are oil prices so high? Is it the oil companies? Is it speculators? No. The vast majority of it is dollar devaluation. That's in congressional reports. That's what OPEC is saying. It is so simple. I'm not even that smart. That's what's frustrating here. So I have to see these people getting millions of views pushing rumors. It's worse than what they're saying on this piece. So here it is. I'll go ahead and roll this.
Hi guys, this is a new iPower clip, and today we have some news about net neutrality. And my name is Tanya, and this is the crew. This is Dean, Reese, Ian, and Kieran. I guess Reese will be starting today.
Yeah. I'll give you guys a little recap for the people who don't know the news yet. What's happening is information has leaked out about all significant internet providers all over the globe, how they are planning to actually drastically limit and commercialize internet access by the year 2012. This means that by then you will actually only be able to access a small bunch of commercial websites for which you'll have to pay a certain standard fee, and if you want to visit any other website that's not in your sort of like television-like package, you will have to pay something extra. You will have to pay extra subscriptions for every other site you visit. Now, this isn't just about the internet getting expensive. This is about the internet just disappearing, because all those other sites won't get any visitors anymore, because you have to ask yourself, who will visit any, sort of smaller website that they have to pay a subscription for? Their visitor counts will go down drastically, and it will all just disappear over time. This will happen pretty quickly. We actually have a contributor to Time magazine who's doing an article about our information, and because we got it from inside sources who didn't want to reveal themselves. But this guy from Time, who contributes to Time magazine, actually has now official sources from major internet providers like Bell Canada.
I'm going to stop right there for just a moment, and then we're going to go back to this in just a second. Again, I don't care about getting the credit for warning everybody, because I didn't. The establishment itself said it was going to do all this, but this is only one small part of it 2.5 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago. I learned of it again 6.5 years ago. So even this, quote, inside stuff, and now Time's going to tell us what's going on. What you're hearing here that people are debating and can't believe isn't 1/10 of the plan. So I'm going to finish up with playing part of this live to continue to comment on it, and then I'll come back and get into what's really going on for you.
And TELUS, formerly owned by Verizon, who officially confirmed all of our story. The only thing that they didn't confirm was the date 2012, because they thought it may actually happen sooner in Canada. So that's even more unsettling. Just in case you're wondering who we are and why we are, giving you this information, the thing is, we are internet activists, and we've been very active on the net neutrality front for years now. So that's why we've built up a lot of relations with the industry and with the media. The article will soon be published, probably in Time magazine, with all the confirmations from official sources. So, for those people who are in doubt and stuff, just definitely check that out.
And yeah, what's really important, what we're going to focus our time on is actually organizing the people, bring people together